what I want to do now is let's talk about, the opportunities that we might have to make a change. How might we see that happening? And by starting with you, David, I also wanted to sort of bring back the loop about, the time lag in terms of rate filing, the mechanisms Nancy mentioned, reminded us all about, the strategy of dropping risks and or falling out of the market completely, and how that impacts things. And what are your thoughts around that? And what do you see as being other possibilities for improving the situation?
Sure. So there's a few things that complicate the rate environment from in Florida right now, and I'll talk about the timing one. And the direct writers are in a real predicament when it comes to having adequate rates. When they go into the reinsurance market and make their reinsurance purchases, the reinsurers they typically can set the rates where they think that they are appropriate, and they set their premium, and they're done with it. The direct writers have to go to their regulator, and they have to submit a rate filing, and they have to wait for the regulator to approve that. Oftentimes that can take anywhere from 60 to 90 days. There's an opportunity to get a reinsurance only filing, which can go a lot faster if your data is accurate. But even if you do that, you can't just send out a letter to your entire book of business and say, we've just added X percentage onto your rate. You have to wait until each policyholder comes up to renew, and you have to send them the appropriate renewal notice. So it can take anywhere from 18 to 24 months to fully implement a rate. And by then, you've gone through a couple of more reinsurance cycles. You've probably made some additional rate filings. And so you're constantly kind of a step behind on that front. We've brainstormed about this challenge a lot at the office, and it really kind of comes down to how can we figure out how to better manage that. And candidly, I think we were still looking for solutions on that front. It really comes down to the balance of market stability versus consumer protection, and how much of that oversight on the rates that a insurance company is charging do you want to give up in favor of market stability? And I can tell you, at least in Florida, is that the rates aspect, because it is the most consumer facing aspect of what we do, that was the process that came under the most scrutiny at the office. And so, and by our stakeholders, so the Florida legislature, the cabinet, consumer representatives, it would have been extraordinarily difficult for us to make a change to the rating process there. And that kind of leads me to the second challenge that I think insurance companies in Florida